Asking Radio is here. Tell everyone you know. The wait is over. 98.5 Speed FM.
Catch us if you can.
Stay here with you. You are a rainbow, so I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. Seasons change, but you're the same. Your love is constant. You've never lost it. Your voice is calling out my name. It makes me miss you, even when I'm with you. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you. So I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky one. I am a lucky
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Saturday's for Weddings on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host on the show today. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and you know, every Saturday we talk about culture, love stories, and those wedding conversations that turn into hot debates. Now, today's focus is one that sounds small, but trust me, it carries a lot of weight, and that is wedding vows. That moment when the couple stands in front of everyone and says those words, you know, some people stick to classic, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, till death do us part, and others go personal. I promise to always support your dreams, laugh with you, argue respectively, and, you know, and love you even when you still, you know, the duvet at night. Now, here's the big question for us today. Should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? Do you think wedding vows should be traditional or personalized? Because these days, it seems like, well, even the wedding vows that people make in front of the altar and all of that, people still go home and then after saying for richer, for poorer, they still leave the person when the person becomes poor or in sickness and in death. Well, they'll still leave, you know. There are still marriages that would the couple would separate when it starts getting bad. So do you think that wedding vows should actually be personalized, you know, where people actually say what they can do? You're not going to be saying you stay with somebody for richer, for poorer, and once the person gets poor, you are leaving. Should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? Traditional in the sense of all those, you know, the written ones we have been using over time? You know how it is. Or should people just come up with what they think they can do, for each couple, and then share their vows based on that? Now, you too can call in to be part of this conversation. And the number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. Should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? Do you personally, how do you see it? Would you like to, maybe if you're getting married, would you like to use those traditional wedding vows that are already there, where you say you're staying with someone till death do you part, and for richer for poorer, you know how it is? Or would you like to come up with your own vows that that this is something I can do, it's not something I'll run away from later in life and all of that? Because we have a lot of vows that keep failing, a lot of weddings, a lot of marriages that keep failing, and it's more like people forget those vows that they actually took and they vowed to each other. So should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? What do you think? Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. Should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? Now, let's talk honestly. Traditional vows have stood the test of time. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Wexy Brown, calling from Human Layout, Makodi.
All right, welcome to the show. So what do you think? Should wedding vows be traditional or personalized?
Should be traditional.
Okay, it should remain the way it has always been.
Wedding vows should be traditional because looking at things biblically, Jesus Christ being the head of church, never joined man and woman and husband and wife. We are told that he went for a traditional marriage. None of his disciples that received power directly from heaven on the day of Pentecost, none of them joined man and woman as husband and wife in the church. So we Africans, we even copy the things that doesn't add value to us.
Okay.
If you truly love somebody, there is no even need to make vow.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to make the vow, let it be traditional and keep to the vow.
Oh, okay. So you feel that means you're saying that these wedding vows that we do now is just copied from, modern things.
White man culture and their formalities.
Okay.
Our white man culture and formalities. We are black. Yes, there are things we should copy. Technology. Technology. Yes, that one is good for both blacks and the whites. They don't do traditional marriage. They have their own forms of marriage. We Africans will believe in our culture.
Okay.
And the culture have respect for an elderly person.
Okay.
So we will just copy the ones that are good, the ones that are not good. The ones that are good, we even copy, we don't even practice them.
Okay.
What's the essence of church marriage?
Oh,
the day your father, the day the traditional marriage, that's the day God acknowledges it in heaven, not the day pastor or reverend father is joining in the church. That is the day God acknowledges you as husband and wife. Both your parents will call the witness. But all this one we are doing is just formalities.
Okay.
They're just formalities, ceremonial for her. They're just formalities. There's not value. There's no need for it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Honestly speaking, there's no need for it. If we can go back to the drawing board and talk to ourselves, let's do the right thing.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show. Now, we heard him, and he thinks that, most of these things that, these vows that people use these days, it's more like they copied it from Western cultures and all of that. But what do you think, though? Do you think it should be more like those traditional vows where you have to say for richer, for poorer, you're going to be there and swear to be with your partner? Or should it be something more personalized that you actually talk about something you can do? Hello?
Yeah, good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, this is Barnabas Nguga calling from North Bank.
All right, welcome to the show, Barnabas. So what do you think?
From my own understanding, as the first caller have just said my mind. That is what I just want to say.
Okay.
yes. But let me just say this because if we just do, let me just say a wedding in a church. The thing is deceiving us.
Okay.
Like the thing is deceiving us because it sounds as if we Nigeria, we Africa, we overcopy.
Okay.
Yes.
Now
Like,
there
for
is this
instance-
thing, there is this thing, Barnabas, where people get married, and you have heard when they say for richer, for poorer, till death do us part, and all of that. You know, right?
Yes.
Okay. So do you feel like they should keep on saying that, and swearing that you will stand by your partner even when he becomes poor or he, anything at all? Or should people just be saying only things that they can do? Or if you know that you cannot be there for someone till even when they are poor, you should just say what you know you can do?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
For me, if I just, let me just say what is inside your mind.
Okay.
Don't say that people are talking. Don't say that the pastor has said you should talk this.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because pastor will say, and he will say, repeat this. We just repeat it. But for me, if you want to talk what is inside your mind. Because some marriages, if you just say that, they won't do it.
Okay.
They will just say, I will be with you till the ending of the world. Or they separate us between me and you. Because if they just come back between 1 week or 3 months, they will fight and everybody will go his own way.
Okay.
The pastor that is making you to say it, say what is inside your mind. If you say this, say pastor, no, let me just say inside what is in my mind.
What you can promise the person.
Yes, and do. The Bible says promise and faith is sin.
Okay.
We doesn't know how to maintain that. If you promise something and you fail it, it's a sin. But we just see the thing is just a minor thing to our own understanding. Yes, but for me, I will just say if I am capable to do something like that, I will just say, hey, say your own mind, though, because me, I'm going to say my own mind.
Okay.
Can fight with you. So for me, I can't tolerate any nonsense.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling in to share that with us. Barnabas is on the side of personalized wedding vows, where you actually make those promises based on what you know you can give. Or no, he's saying not to just be repeating what the pastor is saying. If the pastor say, tell your partner till death do you part, then you're also repeating that, because at the end of the day, he's even saying some couples go home and then sharp, they have already separated and it's no longer till death do us part. And we even hear that this man doesn't have enough money again, and I cannot stay here for poorer again, because and we have a lot of broken marriages, and it's more like people are no longer sticking to those vows. So it has actually become time that we actually question is, do you think that wedding vows should be traditional, should always remain the way that pastors say you should say it, or whoever is joining you guys together should actually remain the way? If they say for richer, for poorer, it should remain like that? Or should a couple actually be saying what is from their mind, what they know that they can actually give, what they know that they can actually promise? So should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. Call in and share with us your own opinion. What you think, if wedding vows should actually be traditional, and let it just be the way anything that is written and then given to you, that is what you should actually read out, how it has been, because it's almost like the same thing that they give to each person, like repeat after this and all of that. Or should it be that everyone is saying what is from their mind, what they can actually give? If you have just joined us, this is Saturday's for Weddings on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and this morning on the show we are talking about wedding vows. So what do you think? should wedding vows stay traditional or should they become personalized so everyone can just freestyle and promise only what they can do? The traditional vows are those old familiar promises that have been used for generations. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, this is David Chimaye, calling from Hangeior.
All right, welcome to the show, David. So what do you think?
Yeah. Yes, I think that, the Christian and the African traditions are different. They are quite different.
Okay.
They are not intertwined at all. So if you choose to belong to African traditional religion, then you should do your vow there. If you choose in the Christian way, you choose in the Christian way. Because when you combine the two, you end up nothing because your vow cannot even last up to 24 hours because you combine the two. So that's the problem that we have this diverse already, and then we have this divorce all the time. So we have this in the church tomorrow, then they end up separating because they combine the two. They will choose one.
Okay, so you think that since it always, most of the times it will end up, in divorces and all of that, then should people just stop promising all those things on the altar and just promise what they know that they can do?
Yes, if you see what you can do.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show. So we have heard another person. We heard from David Chimaye, and he is saying they should be personalized. Let people stop telling lies and just following that tradition, those vows that the pastor said, tell your husband you are going to be there for richer, for poorer, and you just repeat after it, knowing so well that if you go back home and then you're no longer comfortable with how poor, or if things are going south, then you're going to leave and all of that, then he is saying it's better that people should actually just say what they can do, promise what they can do from their hearts, from their minds, so that they can actually remain in that marriage and not run away when the test actually comes. So what do you think? Should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? Should you remain traditional, that we just repeat everything we've been repeating for ages, everything the man of God tells you to repeat after? Should you remain like that, or should it be that people actually promise things that they know that they can actually fulfill, things that they can do for their partners if they can stay in a marriage, whether for richer, for poorer? Maybe they should be the one to decide if they want to say that and any other thing that they want to add. Now, traditional vows are the old familiar promises that have been used for generations. They follow a fixed pattern and wording, things like for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. And you don't change the words much. They are serious, formal, and focus on commitment for life, not emotions of the moment. Now, the personalized ones now are written by the couple themselves. Like it's the people who are getting married that actually write it, not what the man of God has told them to do. They use their own words, their own stories, their own promises, like I promise to support your dreams. Hello. Okay, you can still call us back. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. And I was saying they can use their own, promises, like I promise to support your dreams, or I promise to choose you even on hard days, not necessarily making those promises of I'll be here no matter what, because some people promise that and they still end up leaving the person when things are inconvenient. They are emotional, personal, and reflect the couple's unique relationship. So what do you think? Should wedding vows remain traditional or personalized? Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. What do you think? Should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? You personally getting married, or if you're already married, like how do you prefer it? Would you have wanted to maybe say the things from your heart that you actually know you can fulfill for your spouse, or just allow the traditional way, the way it has always been, the things that the man of God has written down that this is the way that it should be? So what do you think? Should it be personalized or traditional? Now, to be honest, if let's talk honestly, traditional vows have stood the test of time. They are simple, deep, and serious. In fact, people can actually memorize it just the way we are saying it out here now. People actually already know that this is what you'll be asked to do. And when someone says for better for worse, it covers sickness, mommy problems, misunderstandings, everything. And some people feel once you say those words, you are entering something sacred, something bigger than feelings. While others feel traditional vows sound rehearsed, like you're just repeating what millions of people have said before, without emotion. They say, this is my love story. Why should my vows sound like everyone else? And why repeat something that you might not stick to? Because people say those vows at the altar and still end up, in those divorces and everything. So it has become where we actually ask that question, like, do you think wedding vows should actually be personalized based on what the couple themselves feel they can actually do, or let's say remain traditional and we just repeat what the man of God, tells us to do? If they say for better for worse, you just repeat that, and then not actually your own personal promises. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. Should wedding vows be traditional, stay traditional way, or be personalized? Call in and let us hear your perspective or your opinion on our topic of discussion this morning. This is Saturday's for Weddings on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm with you on the show. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior, and we are talking about wedding vows. Should they stay traditional, the normal way or the regular way they have been over time, or do you think that it's time enough for people to start actually only promising what they can do? Someone mentioned that promise and fail is a sin, but we keep seeing that people actually promise those things, at the altar, and then they come back home and do something different. So instead of, promising something and then not sticking to it, it's not actually better to maybe write down things that that you can actually do, and then promise them at the altar. So even when you come back home, that you're doing what you promised that you can do. And if it gets too tough, if you cannot stay for poorer, then you're actually living with a free mind and not saying, I promised something here and I'm breaking that promise. You know how it is now. These days is more like people don't even think about those vows when they are actually ready to leave a marriage or divorce or even go their separate ways. No one actually remembers, we made this promise like this, we made this and that and all of that. No one actually remembers that. So don't you think it's time enough for it to actually get personalized? Hello? Okay, maybe reposition and then call us back again. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. Should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? Should it be what the pastor asks you to say, what the man of God asks you to say, whoever is blessing your marriage? Should it be what they ask you to say, or should you only promise things that are coming from your heart, things that that you can actually fulfill for your partner? And if you're not going to stay for better for worse, then it's better not actually promising that to someone. How do you look at it? And maybe when you wedded, did you do it the traditional way, the things that you're actually supposed to repeat, or did you do it a personalized way where you actually promised only things that you can do? And if you have not yet gotten married, like, which one do you think would move well with you? Which one sits well with you? Actually repeating those things, the traditional way, or just sticking to your own vows, things that that you can actually fulfill for your partner? Are those the things that you would prefer, to repeat and then say to them? So, if things go south, that, I did not promise this, and I didn't say anything like this, so I am not breaking any vow. And it's more like these days people are even taking the breaking of vows less seriously, and everyone just breaks it and then go their ways, and no one actually thinks about it. But vows are meant to be sacred, they are meant to be something that's untouchable. Well, maybe because of the high rate of people just leaving those vows, forgetting everything behind, then it has become necessary to actually think about it. If you would prefer it to stay that traditional way, or you prefer it to be personalized, so you know that you're only promising something you can do. Imagine saying something at the altar or promising something at the altar, knowing fully well that, well, you're not going to fulfill that, or you will not be able to fulfill that. So should wedding vows stay traditional or be personalized? Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. Should wedding vows be personalized or traditional? Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good day.
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Bridget, calling from Akpi.
Welcome to the show, Bridget. So what do you think? Okay, we lost that already, but do not give up. Maybe reposition and then call us back again. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. Should wedding vows be traditional, the repeated way, where you just repeat the words that the person that is bounding your marriage together, tells you, the man of God just tells you to say, for better, for worse, all it is, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in death? Should it be that way, or should the couple only be promising themselves things that they know they can do? Because sometimes people promise that in sickness and in death, and when death comes, they still actually, live and go find their own life somewhere else. And sometimes it doesn't even get to that point before they leave. Hello.
I am from Makodi.
All right. What's your name?
My name is Santi.
Okay. Welcome to the show. So what do you think?
I think that we should be saying happy birthday.
Oh, okay. Okay, so if you have just joined us, this is Saturday's for Weddings on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and we are talking about wedding vows, the promises that couple make to each other, when they're getting married, at the altar, and all those vows and promises that they make to themselves, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in death, and all of those vows. Now our question for you today is, should it stay like that, where you just promise those things that people have been repeating for a long time, or should it actually become where it's personalized and people actually only promise what they know they can give? If they know they are not going to stay, for richer, for poorer, then they don't promise that and only say things that they can do. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Oh, okay, we lost that too, but maybe reposition and then call us back again. Should wedding vows be traditional, remain traditional, or do you think it should become personalized, where you just only promise what you can do? Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Mr. Harris Andengrid Bayima calling from Ekwayango.
All right, welcome to the show, Mr. Harris. So what do you think?
I think this way. As I speak to you now, I lost my wife. This is 3 years for now. But I still have conscience that I will never marry another wife. But my years are not so much.
Okay.
I'm 40 by now.
Oh, okay.
I am 40 or 41 precisely. But I have so much love with my late wife. The time we was in marriage, we never had any quarrel. There was no coincidence around us that we might invite anybody to come and settle it on our behalf.
Okay.
Even my late mother and my father, my mother-in-law, sisters, in-laws, brothers, in-laws.
Yes.
They never come to us one day to settle our problems.
Mm.
So, but I have 4 kids.
Mm.
But if I think other ways that the Bible say that a man lost his wife, he can be able to get married to another one.
Mm.
So, do I think that is possible? But the Bible said
Okay.
so. I don't know precisely to a woman if she lost her husband and she can be able to leave the kids and go to get another
So
husband.
did you when you got married, did you like say those traditional wedding vows, promise in sickness and in death, richer for poorer, or did you say your own personal promises?
We did our own personal promises. We
Okay.
never had any occasion of traditional marriage and wedding vows.
Mm.
We
Okay.
did our personal terms, courage.
Mm.
That is what we did.
Okay. That way you were sure that you'll be able to actually give her what you were promising.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'm doing that.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to share that with us. And I would say it takes a lot of courage for one to be able to share something like that, with us. So, what do you think, Joe? Should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Samuel.
Okay.
I'm calling from Georgia Sport.
All right. Welcome to the show, Samuel. So, what do you think? Should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? Should people say what they want to promise or just repeat after, the man of God?
In the first place,
Mm.
marriage is a true adult.
Mm.
And to me, I don't think there is anything that traditional vows and church vows.
Mm.
Traditional marriage is just an exercise where both parents.
Could you speak up louder?
Okay, I'm saying that traditional marriage
Mm.
is just all about parents blessing the union of.
Mm.
They don't compare them to make vows.
Mm.
These two people have to come together and live together.
Mm.
So when you go to traditional marriage, the only thing that is done.
All right, maybe reposition and then call us back again. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. This is Saturday's for Weddings on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and today on the show we are talking about wedding vows. What do you think? Should wedding vows stay traditional, where people just go ahead and repeat everything that it's told, the man of God tells them to do, or actually say promise only things that they can do? Hello.
Hello, good morning, presenter.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Gabriel. I'm calling from Macaulay.
Okay, welcome to the show, Gabriel.
Thank you.
So what do you think?
My take on this is more like the issue of vow that people used to take during wedding. So to me, it's more like a mixed multitude. Don't let my people, let me do it as others are doing it. People don't really understand the in-depth meaning. Why am I saying this? During our forefather that they go this traditional marriage of 18, there's nothing like that. And they were able to manage themselves.
Okay.
Their marriage goes smooth with understanding and maturity. But this day we just do it, rush and do it. Because we copy borrow people's culture, which is not our own. And we could not stick to it. Even the Westerner that introduced the vow of a twin wedding and all of that. More like their wedding is more like a contract. Before you know, they have divorced.
Okay.
I don't stay to it. So in summary, I want to say that peace of mind of an individual is better than the vow that they are being taken. So if you know that your life is being threatened, you are not having peace, and that will lead you to your early grave.
Okay.
It's better you put aside the vow and go about with your normal life.
Okay.
Thank you for now.
Okay. Hold on. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, do.
Okay. So do you think that, right from the beginning, someone should not even promise what they know that, it's possible that they will not be able to do, and only promise things that they know that they can actually do, instead of maybe ending up in that position where they are considering to actually leave?
Yes, but one thing I discovered is that our present day ladies, they don't like somebody who is being sincere.
Okay.
Yes, one of my cousins once said that women, they like to be lied to, and he give them that. So some of us want to be real. They don't like. Personally, I don't like making promise that I cannot fulfill. So I don't rush into promise. I first of all observe. I observe, and I say, okay, this one is worth going for. If it's not worth going for, then I stay back. So it's better not to rush and give promise. Allow it to flow. As the times as you relationship, at times, then you know, okay, yes, this one is worth going, and this and all of that.
Okay.
So we should not be in a rush to make promises that we cannot keep. But we are too emotional to be carried away, and we are doing it at the end to regret why I might be the one and all of that. So that is it.
Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name again?
My name is Gabriel Adai.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show, Gabriel. We had Gabriel, and I think that he quite expressed himself, clearly enough. He is saying that most people these days are just doing things and saying things because they are just following what they have seen other people do. Well, other people have been saying for richer, for poorer. Why don't I also say that? Till death and sickness and all of that. Why don't I also say that? And of course, well, we have not heard from any lady at all. Your opinion is also, valid, and your opinion matters. We really want to hear from everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm hearing.
Good morning.
My name is Samson.
Okay, welcome to the show, Samson. Okay, so like I was saying, would really love to hear from the ladies as well. Call in and share with us your opinions on our topic of discussion this morning. Should wedding vows stay traditional? Where you just repeat what the pastor says, or should it be personalized? Hello? Hello? Okay, we cannot hear you. Maybe reposition and then call us back again. Should wedding vows be traditional? Stay the way that you have always heard it. Even people that are not married know this. I think they've even memorized, how the saying goes and everything that is usually said. So what do you think? Should people actually stick to, just repeating those wedding vows that have been repeated for a long time, or just promise themselves only things that they can do? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please move away from where your radio set is, or turn down the volume.
Calling from Jadovilla.
Okay, and what's your name?
I said Noel Peter.
Oh, welcome to the show, Noel Peter. So what do you think? Should wedding vows still...
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 5 says that it's better not to vow than to vow and not keep.
Okay.
And this wedding of a teen, it's not a church matter. Wedding is supposed to be a traditional issue where a man meets the family of a lady and they agree and settle to give the man a wife. It's not supposed to be a church thing. People are just copying cultures. I believe this should be from the British or the Catholics.
Okay.
It's not the way of marriage.
Okay.
The Hebrews, they don't marry in the church. Till today, the Hebrews, they do their marriages traditionally. where the imam meets the people of the family of the wife. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So you believe that it should be personalized, right?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
between the families.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show. Now, I liked how he started by quoting the Bible. That was nowhere. And he says, the Bible says it's better not to vow than to vow and not keep it. And he is also of the opinion that wedding vows should be personalized, not remain that traditional way. Hello? Okay. I don't know what it is, but maybe reposition and check well that you're connected to us before you actually, put a call through. Number for you to call is 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. What do you think? Should wedding vows stay traditional or become personalized? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, I'm back again.
Okay, I'm trusting that's Gwende Samuel, right?
Yes.
All right, welcome back to the show. So what do you think?
I think it should be personalized.
Mm.
To me, marriage is an agreement between two adults.
Mm.
And the agreement should be based on love.
Mm.
And love covers it all.
Okay.
Love covers it all.
Mm.
So the issue of traditional vows and church vows does not come in here.
Mm.
Traditionally, what takes place is the two families coming to witness that our two children need to live together as husband and wife.
Mm.
That is purely based on
Mm.
love.
Mm.
So this issue of church vows, to me, is an imported tradition into marriage.
Mm.
A vow should not be something that somebody else will go and script it and come to present to two adults to agree.
Mm.
Vows are things that you do personal.
Okay.
You do personal.
Mm.
Somebody does not go and script a vow for you to go and agree.
Mm.
So already, before these two people come together to become husband and wife, they have already made a vow within themselves
Okay.
that we are going to live together.
Mm.
So a pastor or a priest that goes to sit somewhere and script a vow to come and present to couples to accept is incorrect. It's not correct.
Okay.
You are kind of forcing or comparing these two people probably to agree to what they don't even agree from the word go.
Okay.
So to me, the issue of traditional vow
Mm.
and church vow should not count.
Okay.
It should be something personal between the two people. Because before the two people must agree to come together to live as husband and wife, they must have studied themselves, they must have understand themselves,
Mm.
they must have known areas to cope and areas to adjust.
Mm.
That is what I've agreed. So traditionally, what the parents will only do is, do you love this man? Yes, I love this man. Man, do you love your wife? Yes, I love you. I love my wife. Period.
Okay.
Every other thing is important.
Mm.
That is my submission.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in to share all of that with us. We heard from Gwende Samuel, and he is saying this: when they talk about wedding vows, it should be a personal thing between the couple themselves. You know, they are the ones that know how they have studied themselves and what they can actually promise each other, not something that a priest or a pastor, a man of God, just wrote down and then you repeat. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Elizabeth. I'm calling from Akodi.
Welcome to the show, Elizabeth. So what do you think?
Thank you. Okay, I think couples should continue repeating the traditional vows, because aside from emotion, marriage is also like a legal agreement. If you choose the church marriage, the Christian marriage, you should also know that before you, there were laws set that this is how marriage was meant to be from the, marriage is an ancient thing. So I think they should, if you know you cannot keep the laws of it, you should not enter into it. Because for you to have chosen the Christian marriage, you should understand what it is and not try to modernize it. And also, if you want to add your personal things, you can add to it.
Okay.
But you can also say things.
But not change the ones that were there.
Yes, you can also add things to the ones that were there. But if you also check, all those things they will add are also inside the ones that were there. But if you just want to polish it, you can polish it. But for you to enter into marriage, you must understand what it was about from the beginning and not try to change it, because it's not going to work that way.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for calling in to share that with us. We heard from Elizabeth, and this is an interesting take. She is saying, as long as you have chosen the Christian marriage, you have chosen that path, that is the kind of marriage you want to have, then you should already know what is involved. And before you, those laws already existed, those traditional vows laws already existed. And, it should not just be you who is coming to, modernize it and all of that. If you choose to add your own, vows to it, that is okay. But saying you don't want to stick to those vows that were originally made is what is not okay. Hello?
Hello, I'm Mr. Thomas calling from Benue State, Macaulay.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Thomas.
Thank you so much.
So what do you think?
And my opinion is this, and when you have vows with your partner, from the beginning of the vows means that's the traditional vows.
Yes.
And when you make it, you have to keep it. You cannot say that I love this one and I love that, and then after that, then you begin to say something else. Whether good or bad, you have to have it.
Okay.
Because the vows, the love you have from the beginning, you shouldn't be looking from something else or somewhere else. So you have to keep on the vows. So that is why when we are saying of traditional vows, the vows begin. Before they go to the church. When they go to the church and then the priest or the pastor, what they are saying, the church and the priest and the pastor, they only give the blessings.
Okay.
The blessing of the vows from the house, because the beginning of the marriage begins from the tradition, and the vows made from the tradition, and that is what carries to the church, and then the church bless the vows.
Okay.
And then that is the take off, and then you have to keep on the vows. And some people, when they just marriage, and then they thought that the vows have been taken, the tradition, and then they take in fact they take it on granted and then took it to the church, and when the church blessed the vows, as they tell them, all of a sudden the marriage scattered. So I'm advising the youth and then my colleagues who are in marriage that vows started from the tradition, and the tradition is between you and the person that you are married. Then when you are married, when you have chosen a woman, you have to make a vow with her, and then you people agree with something to come together and be the one, be in one.
Okay.
And then when you are married already, then the vows are taken place. And then when you get to the church and the priest or the pastor blessed it, and then you took the vows important in your life. So my opinion is that people who make such and then display the vows, they are the ones who want things.
Okay.
Thank you, and God bless you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas, for calling in to be part of the show. We heard Mr. Thomas, and he is saying those vows are meant to be written by you before you take it to the church, and then your priest or your pastor, whoever is going to, bind that marriage together, whoever is going to seal it for you guys, now blesses those vows. It's not like you just sit down and then they write any kind of vows for you, or they just repeat, repeated stuff and everything like that. and then you just go there and just repeat after it. You actually start from your home. Mr. Thomas is saying you actually take those vows, from the home, and then you take it to whoever is going to, bless you guys' marriage, and then that person actually just blesses it, the vows, and just binds you guys together. And we have heard a lot of opinions from people who are saying it should stay traditional and people who are saying it should be personalized. Now, the reason why a question like this could even come up is that people then find it difficult, after taking all those vows and then promising things, repeated things, people then take it, maybe it gets too hard to actually stick to what they have actually promised. And someone mentioned here that he quoted the Bible and said, well, if you cannot keep a vow, it's better to not make one at all. So people keep making those promises, and at the end of the day, a year into the marriage, 2 years into the marriage, and we have vows that are just getting broken, promises that are broken, and that doesn't just sit right. So what do you think? Should wedding vows be traditional or personalized? Should it just be repeating what has always been said, from time before, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, all those things? People, even children, I'm sure even children do know how to repeat those from the way that everyone just repeats them. Or do you think that it should be something that should come from the couple's hearts themselves? Hello?
Hello, Gilbert is back again.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the show. So what do you have to add?
I want to ask you a question.
Please move away from where your radio is or turn down the volume.
It's okay. We were made to understand that the marriage itself was originated for the Garden of Eden. My question now is this. Was there vow in that Garden of Eden?
Okay.
Did Adam vow to Eve or Eve vow to Adam? Why all these vows?
Okay.
Can we not? Is it that there will not be marriage without vow?
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So that's just the question you want to throw and all. Okay. No problem. Thank you so much for calling in to share that with us. He is saying from the Garden of Eden, when we come to Christianity, from where it all started, there were no vows, the Bible does not record any, kind of vow that Adam and Eve took. So why did we even include it in the first place? If you have something to say to that, you can still call in and let us know. Hello? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I am from Makodi.
And what's your name? Okay, and we have also been streaming live on Facebook at Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, and we also got comments, from Tekimbi, and he says, I think talking of marriage, it should be a subjective thing. People should promise what they can do. People sometimes take these vows because it has been stipulated by either religious or traditional laws. People now see marriage as a show, but deep down they know what they can do and what they are capable of accepting. Okay, that's interesting. One last call and then we go. Hello? Oh, okay, we lost that already. So that comment we just read was from Tekimbi, and he says everyone knows what they are capable of doing, what they can actually give, the kind of promises they can keep to. So people should actually, take personalized vows, things that they know that they can actually do. So one quick last call because we're already out of time, and then we'll go. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Marysyntia.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah.
My name is Dennis Ihara. Okay,
where are you calling from today?
Calling from New Jersey.
Okay, quickly before we wrap up.
I've listened to all that people have been saying or have said. I'm an old school person. I always look at things from the back. For marriages to work, you have to have a lot of patience, and unfortunately, these days, that patience is lacking in both men and women. So, in most cases, people go out to, get married for certain trivial reasons. I call it trivia because if you look at somebody and you say because the person has money today, tomorrow that person may become broke. It happens. Or if you look at somebody and say it's poor, tomorrow God can promote the person. So the most important thing is that for you to keep vows, it's when you have real love for each other. That's the most important thing. But in most cases today, the guy is working in the bank, he's working with an oil company. The reasons that people get married are not the reasons that will keep them to keep those vows. If you have married somebody you really love, then the issue of vow will come naturally because you have respect and mutual love for each other. So most of the times that you're seeing people are not keeping to these promises or this thing is because in the first place there were reasons they were getting married, and those reasons were not the ones that will make them have those vows.
Okay.
That's just my own take.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling in to be part of the show. We heard from Dennis Harib, and he is saying one thing that is important is, if you have love for each other and you understand each other perfectly, then some things are going to come naturally. You don't even have to, stress yourself. And he says he's speaking from, a point of his old school and all of that. And he believes that something like marriage is something that takes patience. And then you don't just get in a marriage and then when it becomes inconvenient, you're already looking for how, breaking the vows here and there. So if you understand yourselves from the start, then it's more like you would even forget that those vows exist, but you would still be living up to them. And at this point, we have come to the end of the show. At the end of the day, vows are not just words for the wedding day, they are promises for everyday life, whether traditional or personalized. What matters most is meaning, honesty, and intention, because saying till death do us part is powerful, but living it daily is the real vow. So as you go about the rest of your day, don't forget to remember it's not about how beautiful the vow sounds on the mic, it's how true it remains after the music stops. And also coming up next at 1 p.m. is Speedy Kids, right here on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. And I've been with you on Saturdays for Weddings. My name is Marysyntia Hangeior. Keep your dial locked on 98.5 Speed FM and keep enjoying music of your life.
AskingRadio.com app available on Android and